Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Deck, the series where we take a look at some of the leading TCG deck lists. This time we have Bradley's list that took 10th place at the Cardiff Regional. So this is a Pendulum list with a few extra spicy text within it, and it's obviously operating in a new format with Savage Strike already out. So let's take a look at the list then. So there's one Black Fang, one Purple Poison, triple Harmonizing, double Oath, one Dragon Pit, triple Wisdom Eye, one Janky, one Time Gazer, double Dragon Shrine, one Foolish, triple Pendulum Call, triple Allo, double Desires, triple Chronograph, triple Master Cerberus, double Jackal King, triple Darkworm, double Gate Zero, double Curtain Raiser, two Fogblade, and one Silent Boots. So this is an interesting tech choice, and it all basically revolves around the fact that you can make Rusty Bardich with this list. So if you ever feel like your combo is going to be underwhelming, or if you really feel like it, you can of course set up your Devil Negate just by making the Rusty Bardich, sending this to set one Fogblade, and then banishing this to search the other one. So for the extra, there's one Supreme Cluing, one Supreme Dark Rebellion, one Decode, one Rusty Bardich, one Underclock, one Electromite, one Borrowload Savage, one Borrow Sword, one Borrow Load, one Vortex, one Absolute, one Naruto, one Unicorn, one Tornado, and one Ignister. So a few sort of extra, maybe atypical choices. I guess Unicorn is semi-atypical. Obviously we have Borrowload Savage in here now, and of course the Rusty Bardich. For the side deck, triple Red Reboot, triple Hatronade, triple Sphere Mode, triple Lava Golem, and triple Denko. A great card to be able to side in against all of the back row decks that currently exist. So let's move on to some of the comments and the siding strategy then. So the siding strategy is basically just built for Sky Striker, Autoghost, and Thunder Dragon, so let's just push through these three. So against Sky Striker, he's putting in the Denkos and the Hatronades, and taking out two Fogblades, Silent Boots, the Wisdom Eye, the Gate Zero, and the Janky. Fairly self-explanatory there. You just need to be able to deal with all of that back row, and Hatronade and Denko deals with it fantastically, especially in the sense that your Hatronade actually banishes a lot of the back row because it's been set off the multi-roll. Against Altergeist, we see the Denkos and the Red Reboots come in. It doesn't bother with the Hatronades here, and then taking out Fogblade, Silent Boots, Wisdom Eye, Gate Zero, and Janky. Once again, all the same siding outs here. And then against Thunder Dragons, going into the deck are the triple Lava Golem and triple Sphere Mode, since you can just essentially wipe out their entire field. And in exchange, taking out the Pendulum Calls, which of course search, and the same for your Master Cerberus, since you will be unable to search when that happens. In terms of the rounds that he played, round 1 was against Altergeist, where he went 2-0. The first game was pretty back and forth, and the second game Denko and just OTK from there. Then Necros 2-0. The first game again was back and forth, second game Lava Golem, and the opponent couldn't make a follow-up play, so he just killed him on the turn 2. Then Subterra 2-0. He couldn't remember much about the game, except that the opponent admitted that they bricked in game 2. Then again, Sky Striker going 1-2 here. The first game went on for about 20 minutes, very back and forth. And Bradley decided to scoop as just couldn't keep up with the advantage eventually. Game 2 he managed to Denko and then OTK, and game 3 was very back and forth again. He ended up losing the game in time due to lower life points, which could have been stopped due to forgetting to negate Raise Effect in Graveyard. A complete noob mistake, and being shaken by pressure, he says. And then moving into the next round, Odd Eyes Magicians 2-0. He went first and set up 4 negates, the opponent couldn't play through that. And then in game 2 he's not really sure what happened, but he was just able to win out there. Against True Draco in the following round, he went 2-1. In game 1, Bradley bricked massively and lost. Games 2 and 3 he was able to just Denko and OTK, made much easier by the opponent not seeing the field spell at all. Then against Zombie Danger or something similar, in the next round he went 2-0 here. Game 1 he bricked awfully and ended very quickly. Game 1, and then game 2 he let the opponent go first, as he does with the deck, and the opponent made a Mega and left the hand unplayable and proceeded to kill him next turn. So sorry, that's Zombie Danger 0-2 there. And then overall he says that he's very happy with the deck. He would make some changes and add extra dark level for Magicians. He says that the Sphere Modes are 100% coming out because he was not aware of how badly Thunder Dragons were hit by the ban list, until speaking to some friends who play the deck. So that's it for the sort of basic changes. Let's get the additional comments from Bradley then. So he said that the event overall was very good. The staff and judges at Firestorm were very friendly and helpful, keeping the event running very quickly and smoothly. He decided to play Pendulums because it's the deck that he picked up when he returned to the game 2 years ago, before they became meta, and with Dark Warrior decks being hit, hand traps have basically stopped being run, so it allows you to combo off very, very easily. The PK engine is incredibly small, and it can at times brick. However, being able to add an extra 2 negates is so powerful. Plus, with the new Boral Savage, it works really well, as you can always have a link in the grave in order to set that up too. The Pendulum Call, he says, should definitely be kept at 3, because it gives you so much advantage. It's the source of discarding the Dark One, and it fixes your scales and searches your harmonizers. In terms of building this list, he has quite a lot of back row hate. He wasn't really that afraid of trap-heavy decks, it's just that the deck has such OTK potential, and a lot of people missided if he lost game 1 and expected him to go first. Sky Strikers and Autogeist are usually dead without any back row, which makes the best of both worlds, since you can lock them out and just OTK. Overload Savage is such a good card in his opinion. The fact that you can negate any type of card in the form of a Synchro monster instead of an Xyz or a Vortex, and a big beta too, there's absolutely no reason not to run this card. Then we see from the extra that there are quite a lot of link monsters. I mean, compared to some of the previous builds of Pendulum, you would typically expect some more rank 4 access, but then he doesn't have so many level 4s in the deck. He said that he decided to play a lot of links because things like Unicorn gives you another out to Thunder Dragons. He might remove it though, as he was worried about them existing and being a problem, but he thinks that they took a bigger hit than he previously realised, so maybe that can disappear. The Decode is also just sort of in case he draws it into the PK engine, so instead of making Rusty, he'd make Decode, which gives you a link for Boral Savage, and is still another form of negation sort of against targeting. He didn't make Naruto at all, and he's actually pretty tempted to remove it, but apart from that he's really happy with the extra deck. In terms of the side, he's really happy with it minus the Sphere mode, which is definitely coming out. The Lava Golem pulled so much weight, being able to remove 2 threats and then make Rebellion and hit for 5.5k is pretty impressive. The hardest matchup for this is probably Thunder Dragons game 1 due to so much searching within the deck. However, after siding, he thinks that the deck has a really decent matchup against all meta decks, due to being able to sort of use the draw cards to dig for whatever was actually sided. So shoutouts from Bradley go to the local guild of gamers in Torquay and his friends for playtesting and driving him to all of the events. So thanks very much for coming on, Bradley, and sharing this list with us, and good luck to you in future events. Thanks for watching this episode of Top Deck. If you have any comments or suggestions that you would like to make, leave them in the comment section down below. Check out the description for details of how you can get involved in this series. You can enter by voice interview, or instead you could just send all of your information over Facebook Messenger. Anything like that will be absolutely fine. If you want to see anything in particular from the upcoming series, then be sure to get in touch, and I'll see you guys in the next video.